this look now?
I mean, it's the same if you hide
Okay,
all of their
GenG
names, right?
on
So it should
attack,
play the
PRX
same
on
way,
defense.
but whether or
And
not we've
PRX,
got
before
more
coming
comfort
into
now
this,
that
had a
Mindfreak is
chance
back
of
on
playing
towards his
Pearl.
fabled Omen. I mean, we've seen Divine
Or having a chance of playing Haven, and they went for the Haven. And that is a incredible Omen flash. As in the one to stop the bush. The one back was a little bit questionable, but at least they took the space and got the orb afterwards. And some reaction from GenG group up, push over towards A, and we got a retake on this one. There is a camera, and they're saving it for the retake, so making sure that they can camera, get the info, use the util.
Spike quickly down. Devi on the Cypher, up in heaven, for the main point of entry. Up by A-Link. Heron already blocking off the exits. And that's going to be the couple of
double reload.
Look at that, the double tap! Up to the top as well. Texture has everything locked down. Just Jing being able to find
yeah, just as
prize, but
this is a rule normally where I view this GenG comp. Oh, that's nuts. That looks so weird going up the stairs. Yeah, just as a rule with the GenG comp here, I call it the VIP comp, because if you can get the Viper into a site with the smoke down, you win the round. So when you go for a 4-1 retake, don't think it's the best pistol to play against this comp, personally.
Spotted out some members on the site, right? But unfortunately for them, if you're not being proficient enough to find any of these GenG members in the beginning of the round, well, they're all alive to just belittle you on the side itself. So it's a good little pistol to come out from the Korea side.
Yeah, what did we decide on it? 4-1 overall for pistols, right?
Because they're not on the attacking side and getting the pistol round, but on this defensive side, trying to command some space up through lobby and surprise Munchkin here.
It's also a fact that PRX didn't find too much in the first round, so they can't.
Yeah, good chance for
GenG
to.
If they want to go for
Oh,
the first
I was gonna
buy,
say good chance for GenG to farm this a little bit.
Gate crash as well.
EP over towards spawn as well. They can isolate this one. Okay, definitely want to isolate this one together without giving them a kill. The ghost now to pick up. The guns aren't too bad.
Too big of a loss. And GenG are happy to get that spike down on C.
Yeah, eventually Jing's going to have the salvos back on
line.
Oh,
that lineup is...
line up for Texture.
That's some armor-piercing rounds that he must have equipped, Komodo. Fault line out from something. But ultimately for PRX to try to find some taps, it's not quite going to go through.
Yeah, might have a forfeit.
Oh,
what an absolute shot.
Does find a bit of a tap.
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
Hang on.
Double kill.
How do we not play agents that allow this guy to use an Opera Marshal the whole time?
Look at Mindfreak's
Those criminal.
Something's crosshair placement.
Holy hell, it's insane the shots that he's hitting.
But he's happy with that one.
And picks up a gun. It's 3 really good shots.
They get the round, but at what cost?
That is so hard to do.
To escape with the 3 kills, the Phantom as well, so that's an upgrade in towards the next rounds.
Halfway to his Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, and you're going to see on this defensive side as well some quite the prowess with an Outlaw in this sort of scenario as well, because as GenG, how are you playing this bonus round, right? Are you more favoring the lesser weaponry to have a salvageable situation, a bit of a half buy? We can maybe get this round. If we don't, it is the bonus round. So it's a wise idea for somebody like Forsaken to come out with an Outlaw in this round that'll mince out a couple of these players.
Apart from that, GenG, if you're in their shoes now, you're constantly worried about what PRX might throw your way. So taking things a little bit slower than before, trying to work with this Viper as well, the toxic screen that big time has mentioned.
This is nice from PRX though. Prioritize first of all the Outlaw for everyone that can get one shot, as we can see a couple of the heavy armors. But they also prioritize the main position that is good against the Viper's smoke over towards short. Karen with the TP. Dude, Karen TPs have... Karen's gone for some bold TPs. This one wasn't the boldest, but it got him 2 kills, 4 kills, and then another 2k.
And now to just suggest
double molly if he wants it.
Out from the open lanes of mid. Oh boy, the fake out.
Oh, that smoke helps him put the mollies on.
All right, hit by the flash. Will burn down the timer just by a bit, but still.
Oh my
that came a
gosh.
little bit close.
It looks very
It's an
close
incredible
there, doesn't it?
bonus
I
for
was gonna say,
GenG.
you know, it's a
So
1
much
versus
damage
2.
done.
It was a 2
We
versus
got 4
3.
rebuys, and I honestly thought he was going to get that.
Drone when he's on the
I thought he had it.
So these are going to be some sort of teething issues with him going on more of
Even
an
though it's the
agent
worst
that
possible
is,
round
you
to
know,
win for
especially
PRX,
your
really.
utility. He has played it one before,
Yeah,
so
they
it's
gotta
just going
just
to
be
be
happy with the win,
the
'cause
biggest thing for him right now.
they
Right?
nearly lost this.
Timing on utility. We've seen it be a bit of a plague for him when he was playing the
Did he
Omen
even
last
TP
time,
to the
so,
back? It was smoked
again,
the whole
it's
time.
Really big learnings for this whole team, and in this sort of round as well, right? That was the bonus round to come through from GenG. How close do they make that one look when Charon's just playing at the back of site, getting all that
Yeah, there's
damage?
a lot of maps where I think that fear.
Those things that PRX will have to.
Where I feel like double duelist is a thing.
Right now,
The double TP, he is so unlucky with that peak. Nicely done from Forsaken to check this. It's a great Munchkin gets both. Dude, every single person from GenG won their jewels out, and Munchkin won 2 of
We
them.
didn't get to catch too many of it either.
They all happened at the same time.
Ooh.
And then
Texture's getting jealous as well and gets involved.
Sometimes that does just happen.
It's a convincing
PRX
round
trying
for
to get a little bit
GenG.
too aggressive over at
PRX
A, a little
forced
bit too
them
jump
down
spotty
to an
at
eco.
C, and then you already have GenG on the line. That one is a little bit rough. So what do you got going for you as PRX in this next round? I mean, are you going to feel hungry enough to use a dimensional drift to try and find any space on this defensive side to get an advantage? You've already proven that you're being able to do that with just a little bit of the lesser utility over through A before getting traded out by GenG.
Roger that. Oh, GenG. So now, having seen a lot of the early round aggressive plays from PRX, GenG starting to find some adaptations against
Rex
that.
with the smoke over towards
Keeping
C.
themselves grouped up early on.
Trying to make it look
towards
like they're
window.
holding it, but actually
PRX
just
with the stack
5-person
towards
stack
A
over
lobby.
towards A.
Yep. Gamble stack towards A. See if the strength in numbers approach
Loves
is
his
gonna be able
Viper,
to do
yeah.
anything for them when they hear all
GenG
this
love a
utility coming
Viper.
up. You're going to potentially go for the flank. I wonder if
GenG
they're
love
just
a
gonna cover
Viper.
the alarm bot,
G2
sneak
love a
by,
Viper.
or if they're just going to trip it. So it will be tripped. So the idea for GenG, they know the flank's coming.
Well, PRX, they might have
Great
some
shot from
ultimates, but
Summing.
they're not quite able to deploy them. As you mentioned, Komodo, all of these trips and everything being red, Texture trying to get ahead of it as well. And now with that, okay, a bit of a Phantom picked up. Still could find a couple more, both jumping together at the same time.
Oh.
Ooh, what a flick!
It's a 1v1, but 11 HP.
And the time's still ticking against him.
Now you know where Karen will be with his flash.
Oh, the flash close range though.
Oh my
Karen
god, he actually
still
hit double
in
body
it
shot
quick
on him.
with the dolphin
It's really
dive
good
on the
damage.
classic right click.
Gets close, man. It's another round that gets really
I like Viper and
close to
Haven.
the way of GenG.
It's not as good as it
you
used
gotta
to
be, a
be,
little bit
but
more
it's still pretty
cautious
good.
If you're just going in towards these fights, technically at a deficit, right? GenG, in a lot of those fights, they weren't in the stronger
That
numbers
second
in
shot
the very
is-
beginning. What if the classic didn't work for Karen there? What if, you know, it's always the question. What if, question mark. Now you're going into a fresh round where the guns are back for PRX. And
Okay,
they
1, 2,
have picked
3,
up 2
4, 5
extra
people that can't
ultimates to
buy
be able to
for
get another
PRX,
round
but they
on
got
this
4
defensive
ults, but they're
side,
also up
setting up
against.
their Cypher more proficiently towards the C
Also up
side.
against 3 ults, and you would imagine these two can actually probably combo pretty well.
Once again, PRX trying to creep up front. GenG with a bit of noise
Forsaken
up to the
inserted
other
over
end, but
towards A. You can see there's been a good amount of thought about like where they want to prioritize with the wall.
Quite the slow one from GenG as well, right? PRX, they've had to contend with a lot of ups and down plays.
Okay, from where everyone's playing,
This
yeah.
time, though, there's going to be a
I was
big
looking
test
where
on
everyone was
towards
playing,
Mike
and it's like,
Frank
well,
on
it just
this
looks like
C
they
side.
tail back a sight. One of the trips goes down, still one kill trip, and they all back on them, and the Omen is just committed. Wait, no way. The drone stopped his TP, and before he was actually going to take his TP, he saw him back a sight. So the drone stopped the TP, and it ended up just saving him. He kind of got free info because he didn't want to take the TP because he would have died. It's incredibly unlucky.
But ultimately, I
The
mean,
PRX.
a lot of those ultimates being exchanged around the C site, the Armageddons providing a little bit of space. GenG getting a lot of the crossfires at the end of it and sneaking Munchkin in towards window as well. I mean, you watch back on these replays at the moment and just the GenG guys dripping that kill feed in red. Eventually, they'll target towards the spike plant, but the round gets done with the extra kill. So you got to have a discussion now.
Shouting
you have
so
to have
much.
another talk as PRX.
Yeah,
can't escape
going
it.
rough.
We can coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Nobody heard the ult. I mean,
is what it is.
it was Teo into the ult.
Job.
There's a lot going on. Teo sounds going to cover.
Yeah, I mean, one of the massive weaknesses that we saw from PRX against DRX was this defensive side, right? They got a single round. It was a defuse that they came into it, and apart from that, DRX on that double duelist, right? That opened up them.
Do you know if you're playing against Survivor VIP Comp on Haven means you can't retake? Yeah. I mean, you're gonna lose 9 out of 10 retakes, in my opinion.
The nature of their play right now with their agents, it plays a lot differently, but they're still really just layering their approach. They're getting their duels, they're getting their trades. PRX is trying to find a lot of this space heavily towards the A site really early on in this map, and whilst Forsaken has, won a couple of those duels.
Okay, force him down to an eco. We've got Munchkin. Can one-shot everyone.
That's all thanks to, once again, GenG just recognizing what PRX are trying to execute. So
okay, PRX try and make it look like they're setting up the Euro again.
Show GenG
but
some different
this
looks.
is very nice from Munchkin.
That's it, right? It's an eco. GenG are not getting too overconfident to just rush anywhere at the moment. They're seeing if PRX are going to throw anything their way, if there's going to be any mid-control, anything up through the wings of the map. That's why you'll see the alarm bot positioned over towards the C side at the moment, and the slower progression through towards A.
Oh, PRX. And again, with time elapsed, they go back to what they're comfortable with. The stack up. GenG, however, not a full commit.
Yeah, all the utility that's just been
one person fake.
PRX on this A site.
With the smoke committed as well. So it really looks like an A hit, and then you just walk into B. This is very nice for GenG. They're looking good.
You could still technically even have a lurk if you wanted to, so something going to be interested for either lurk control or flank play. It's going to be the ladder now with the plant and the pit to the B site.
Well, the first thing is that you have to deal with texture, maybe the second player as well, Ash. Happy to watch his team's 6. Salvos, just to flush him out of position as well, and PRX should anticipate where he is, but still, with the flash, Forsaken not quite able to convert. Ash will continue to remain as a thorn in PRX's sides. And another obstacle in with the Viper's Pit as well. The triple from Ash dealing significant damage. Divide with 1 HP.
Okay, let's see what the big buy round has. Money's looking real good for GenG.
That's the round.
6 on the board for GenG. I mean, one might argue it's an eco, and they've invested a Viper's Pit and a lockdown, but they're navigating these rounds well, right? They're trying to 100% them after you consider that there's been a couple where they've had one soldier, no soldiers remaining, right? They want to try and 100% these rounds to make it a little bit cleaner for them in the next couple. They still have to manage their own economy at the end of the day as well. No one's swimming in cash just yet for them.
So the timeout probably was for this round, and we can see at least like a change up over towards A, and just where Forsaken is going. It's a lot more mid pressure and just doing stun salvos for this. I say stun salvos, this time they're just salvoed.
Right now, but GenG once again slowly stretching their legs down mid. Trying to find some trips. Trying to bait out more reactions from PRX.
Look.
Just texture.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I say this trip is lovely for it. That Omen Flash is lovely as well, and that is a giant kill from Munchkin. And then tunnel vision on the TP.
GenG has the sight.
It's getting really rough.
From C-Link. Forsaken trying to create some chaos with the flash out from Garage. Finds a couple out from Jing as well, and that's Ash gone. PRX
How did they win this?
To strike back
quickly in towards that retake as well. What might have been thought of a B play turning in towards a C play. And in the chaos, PRX, I mean, they weather it through. Forsaken, right? Taking it a little bit individually. He got some assistance from the salvos that come out on towards the site to force the GenG members into a 4v4. Some good repositions as well from GenG around that site.
It's an incredible flash for. Okay, I mean,
just admit, but it's the little later on part, right?
Shout out to Forsaken.
GenG and Forsaken. The chemistry that's been built for so long. Able to quickly just
Okay,
fashion
PRX
something
got to be
together.
really careful right now. 1,
Still
2,
need a
3,
lot
they
more
won't be
of
able to
that.
buy next.
GenG building up to some of their own.
And this is like back-to-back rounds where they showed aggro from mid.
Divide towards the A site by himself, but sneaking Forsaken up through
That's crazy that Ash is on top of this the whole way. It's a great sign for him.
Right? How much did we see suggest?
But definitely the 2 rounds prior, going double aggro on mid maybe made him more aware.
Yeah,
Not entirely sure, but
playing
playing retake against the Viper again.
Being taken out when these two guys played.
His kill trips though, and they killed the Viper. Hold up, they have a really good chance now.
His trips allowing him to find a single pick. Armageddon deployed, allowing for GenG to get the spike down safely. Drones out from PRX though, and they're looking to play off of the timing of things. Devi with the flood back in, takes down Karen. Ash in around the cage, so finds
it's a great round for Ash.
It's a triple for the player, and it's just Mindfreak
left. It's a great round for Ash.
To close it
I'm very impressed with him on this round in general. This was great to see.
This time before the
this
spike
first kill was great to see.
For PRX, so GenG
for some Dantonico, 3 people that can't full buy on PRX.
Is Ash and just doubling on down. That's a huge risk at the very beginning from Forsaken to go out by himself, by the way. So you might want to reel that in a little bit later on, or really now, right? Because for PRX, you're trailing behind quite significantly. This defensive side is still plaguing them. So on the new round, what differences are we going to look for them? Are we going to see some mid-control attempted? Salvo's going to buy some time for any little peekings out garage, but you're going to already just have to sit here because of how close GenG are gathering this mid-control. He wants it. He so wants it.
It's a little risky though. Munchkin happy to play with the economy as well and outlaw in this round. And GenG just once again waiting for a single peep out from PRX. The drone confirms that there is a bit of presence in garage, and that pushes the rest of them happy to push into the A site. Still though, with the peeks out.
Good trade. They managed to get the gun.
Maybe a weapon picked up.
And
I mean, every time we've
they
seen
do have one of the better
silence
ults in terms of the Euro ult. Yeah, they can, and they have people following it, so kind of clear free space, and they can use utils. A good stun, but Karen has just been the guy the whole game.
Well, Devi at least will come here to pick up the pieces, so in with the Sheriff, but that texture out towards A-Link. And also off to the ends, Devi only
great stun on this one as well from Ash.
GenG.
Yeah, they're running away with it. They really are.
With this forward momentum.
Yeah, Ash's assistance is looking pretty phenomenal at the moment. I'm not going to lie, whether or not it's good timing on the early salvos or he's just being a body to be able to
really,
watch other angles.
It takes a little bit too long to line up, and honestly, like just the pressure of it alone on the floor is like pretty nice. People would reactively like smoke the floor so they can get through it.
They've certainly adjusted things in the middle of this game in the weeks difference that they had from the previous one.
Like that you remember that though.
Certainly doesn't look or feel too good when Forsaken's not able to find too much, but here comes the operator, able to find the first. Tries to go in for the next as well, but Devi is here and able to assist. Ooh,
oh, it's another big TP. Okay.
Shroud steps over.
The first time he's been punished for it.
Quick to react and quick and aware. Just Munchkin left. Tries to deliver the spike all the way over onto A, but PRX happy to play with numbers.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a 1 versus 4. There's no pit available for Munchkin either, but you get the orb, you get the plant. That's an extra 2. That'll let you go 2 away towards the pit. You've got a minute to play with as well. These are the sort of scenarios.
Can you give 4? Wait, let's see if they can secure this round first.
If you're
able to do step by step.
Find a kill or 2 before getting a plant, for example, but for PRX, they are just not giving it to him. Now they know it's planted.
Is it winnable? It's incredibly hard.
The question is,
I'll give him like a 5%, not even. I'll give him 3%.
Because if he gets enough, that could be a pit, and that could be
strong in the next round.
Yeah, next round as well. Namely that. Might give GenG the 9 and 3. Salvos at least, just in case, but ultimately PRX has the site currently. Munchkin though, happy to play off the first. PRX now in for a bit of a triple, but what is that spread? He's getting the last one as well!
What? No way, dude! 3%? What kind of madman would only give him 3% here? Oh, dear God.
Champions, right? In these sort of scenarios,
that's
it's a
nuts.
1 versus 4, man.
I have my job is meant to be to talk about the game, but I'm not allowed to say anything about the game because the opposite just happens.
But you're in a dark cover. 1, 2,
I don't know what to do anymore. That's nuts, bro. Dude, when he got the first kill and I saw the smoke down, I was like, oh no. And then I was gonna talk when the time got a little bit lower and up his percentage to like 10, but I didn't want to talk more, to be honest.
Shreds it into pieces.
Oh god. I chat, in my defense, I did say let's wait for this round first, but
back to the slow play, putting Forsaken to be individual over towards the A site to try and hold a forward line with the Guardian here.
Nice shot.
Okay, a difference, Quack, a difference. He gets the opening kill.
Flashes out over as well.
Ooh, that's a cool little flash.
More, but still.
Let's just give him a trade back though.
Again, no gate crash found.
Dude, I can't believe that. I actually can't believe that round.
Well. You set yourselves up a Viper's Pit.
Okay, at least starting to read more of GenG's tendencies now. They've sussed out Suggests Lurk. And a quick read into the A site. They should have the timing, but the salvos from Ash throws it off. Devi at least able to find a bit of spray through a tight angle. Munchkin though, off that clutch from before, pulls out the pit, denies possible entry.
30 seconds.
Rears his
Guys,
over to the top of
not
heaven,
again.
the crucial double. How is he
This one, you can't blame this one on me.
Mind Freak now. And with that pit still up,
The 1v4 into the 2v4.
Too much. He doesn't have to flash either. At least tries to work his way into the pit, eliminating the first obstacle around the back.
All the decay now.
Yep, just a single whisper and he's gone. Munchkin, the rest of them all playing around the spike. Straight through the dark cover and it's way
That's
too
nuts,
simple.
isn't it?
Slim
That's so
PRX
nuts.
and GenG happy to end this first half 10-2.
Done it again, another 4K
got
for
2.
Munchkin. He has just had some big step-up moments in those two, hasn't he? I mean, the beginning, that's a first
Back-to-back
blood
4Ks,
for
yeah.
Forsaken, but then gets hungry for some more, traded out. Yeah, you got something stretching on towards Suggest, but I mean, when that pit goes down, it's just Munchkin, isn't it? 4 big kills. I mean, that Jing, that's rough. You've kind of just been accidental jumping in towards your teammates, well, technically corpse as it happens just there. That's a big scoreline difference, mate. That's what that is, 10-2. I mean, we know that the defensive side was a worrisome side for PRX, but it was the first half
still
here,
a worrisome
right?
side.
It means that on this switch up, if you have any faults, if you drop the pistol and the second round, which are arguably, you know, the weaker ones, right?
Alex is going to be fuming. I mean, his reaction after the 1v4 must have been...
It has to start now.
The table must have got it.
Really not giving
The
yourselves
table must have
any
got
breathing
absolutely
room.
battered.
Almost feels suffocating if you're in
100%. I mean, for
PRX right now.
For GenG, right? They're one of the teams that we're thinking in this group alpha to be top 4. I mean, a lot of people would say for PRX as well. We're staring down both of these teams winless right now. One of these teams will go 0-2.
And that's what you've really got to think about. That's what Alex could be thinking about as well. But you just don't have that much time to worry about all of these concerns.
Yeah, I mean,
you need to turn this map around. Yes, Group Alpha, you lose this,
Okay.
and that could impact the rest of your performance in this season.
Pistols.
And GenG are just
4-1. They can't even win the
bursting at the
pistols.
seams to bring this to its conclusion.
There's a lot of pressure on this pistol round for PRX, man. Like, this has to 100% be theirs. They've got to get the bonus round. Like, there's just so much.
Oh, look at GenG. He's setting up huge traps, a bit of a pinch in towards this A lobby position as well.
We'll pass and punish over towards A, and they want to go back towards A. This is mayhem. 7 people dueling.
Here it comes though. GenG, the slow creep out, and they have all the protocols in place to find the trades. Jing finding a bit of a punish as well, and with that, something with the support.
Oh my goodness, what was that?
Finding the frag, but Ash,
Look like me out there.
off of the flashes, the little corner unchecked. He finds a double.
And remember,
something with low HP getting the spike down.
Ash is not the person that tags something as well, right? So you got to consider how much damage has been done towards him. 20 HP. Fault line. Gonna come online.
Yeah, sure.
No,
I meant for the whiff.
Salvos, so he's not gonna have them for this one. It's gonna come down to timing
And
a little bit
positioning.
of luck.
Where could they be? Something.
Timing's crazy, yeah.
Thinking about it. Oh,
Very, very nice.
Quick with the reaction.
Well,
shoots down to the corpse for a bit of mental boost
people
as
are
well.
believing.
PRX happy
I don't know.
to take that one.
I don't
Okay,
think
you
I'm
needed
one
it,
of
right?
them.
You absolutely
But there's
needed
definitely
it. Does
some
it
people believing.
incentivize you as GenG though here for this next round when they're 10-2, 10-3 up right now. It's a 1 versus 1 at the end of it. Do you go for a force? If you're playing towards the numbers and you're doing 2024 GenG things, you want to play to your strengths, right? So just take this round for what it is. It's an eco, and then have your big old guns in the next one, and that does look like what is going to happen.
Well, at least happy to see some of these smiles, especially in Something's face. Happy to
Yeah, it's a good investment.
Salvo straight in for a quick A main control.
Camera's supposed to push down towards middle. They might feel confident
See if they can continue to keep on going
just send
here,
it over
and if
towards A with
Ash
that.
and if Karen are going to do anything over here.
Look at texture up by mid though. You've got the trick.
Drone,
Yeah, can't really
so
get
they
past that,
can
can ya?
see where they need to omen flash. Drone clears back his sight, so they know the TP's clear, and then they flash the left side.
Fault line out, but oh, Ash with a nasty right click. Instantly in for the punish. Another dive from Karen, but Devi will be able to convert.
Oh, Devi.
Ash now as well, so that's a safe site, a safe plant. Devi hearing the footsteps
he did
off
incredible.
the other end. Feeling the punch from Texture Sheriff now, but at least positions made known. Mindfreak for the swing, in with the support from Something. Suggest still able to at least
Still pretty good
off.
damage for GenG.
It's not impossible. Mindfreak is down quite low, but in with the sprays out the sides of the smoke. And Suggest repositions.
If you can get Mindfreak here, I mean, you're pretty happy. Otherwise, you just go up with the spike.
Just need to spray him down, though. So back off to the other end. Forsaken now onto the Vandal will be
Okay, they keep the two main guns into this. At 10-4, I think you just accept that it's not a bonus and you buy.
This flawless run from PRX that they started off with against DRG, reenacted, DRX rather, reenacted here. 8 in a row is what we're going to kind of be chasing. And then you'd be tying things up if you consider the first 2 that they've already accumulated.
Fio, I haven't really given it enough thought. I don't think so.
Do they have it
But it could be.
At least we're seeing them kind of shirk off all these worries and concerns.
You'd have to do a Teo.
So now, even with a bit of a half bias, Stinger or Bulldog, PRX happy to stare down GenG's barrel. GenG though.
Okay, they kind of do it halfway.
Yeah, bait out a little bit of this utility from Suggest nice and early to give you a avenue
they pretty much
towards
buy,
garage if you want
right?
later on.
Jing won't be able to buy next.
Just patience
The
from
Vi won't be able
PRX
to
at the
buy
moment.
next.
Not seeing any over-eager players of GenG.
This is the round.
How are you gonna work around this Yoru?
He wouldn't just walk into garage on the round, right, with the spike.
Lose his life, get traded out, and shift in towards the C play.
And that's another trade out from Munchkin as well. So the C play, unfortunately not quite working out too well for PRX in this round.
Why do we have a spike on Forsaken who's leading into the garage?
He's asking the right questions.
How do you retrieve this?
Whatever it is now, definitely is GenG.
That's a devastating way to lose it, though.
Leading the scoreline as well.
Your big, important rounds. You get the spike.
One more kind of.
You have a clone. You have flash.
This map is PRX, and then it needs to be the flawless run for an overtime.
You have a Teo with a drone, and you walk into garage.
It's a little bit bleak for them. That was the bonus though, remember. So if you do think about that one, they got enough to go at this next round. If you try to pace things a little bit together as a team, right? All 5 members towards this A side of things. Jing a little bit lesser equipped here.
Devi takes the hit,
shields,
no armor.
handle.
Jing takes the hit.
It does look a little bit weaker for them for sure, but at least you'll start to get a bit of pressure towards this A site, right? You're already making a couple of these GenG members scurry on over.
Yeah, shake it off. Still though, the pressure. That's what I'm thinking. PRX at least just looking to improve and solve as much as possible.
I mean, it's this point in the round as well that if you are Ash, you can use that drone down long, down sewers, you can get some significant information.
A pressure. They then cut sound, creating pressure on the map.
Eventually he'll throw it.
Trying to make sure that they rotate over, at least drone goes in. Drone goes in and they insta-send it. They open flash and they didn't take any space with it. I think they're done for.
Spike dropped and he still finds another. PRX still trying to break their way out of this A-long position, but Texture with a single tap takes down Mind Freak. Divide might have slipped through, but still Karen left and unanswered.
Very nice. Very nice for GenG. Run from Karen. I mean, Karen's just been an absolute monster. The whole best of 3.
Had something here. At the end of the day, there's still a core 3 dynamic on this roster with some world-class coaches. Sometimes that might just be enough, as Quack has got his head in his arms. As one of the longer PRX fans.
Need your support, Komodo.
My support? I mean, what colors am I wearing, Quack? Is that not support for PRX enough?
That is true. I mean, to those who might not have seen Komodo, I mean, he is wearing purple. You know,
the real talks with the Prime. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. Appreciate the Prime usage.
All that said and done, this is still the score.
Yeah.
Why even timeout? Dude's got the fight in them.
The biggest thing, man, is like
you got no fight.
Side Haven. You can have ideas and stuff, but it's just a position that it's not favorable for PRX. Again, risking to float it here in this series against Pearl. One might, you know, have a thought, would Pearl have been a better option to go for in this series? We'll never know. We're not in that timeline.
Why do players crouch after peeking? Just because everyone's pre-aim is like head height, right? So as soon as you're crouching, they then miss their first shot, then they try readjust, then you end up standing, then they're body shotting you.
But not before.
There's it definitely there's probably YouTube videos out there. Like Primi is probably the one that maybe made it like more mainstream.
A lot of chances for GenG. And with those
people
chances,
always doing it on
GenG having to
pistols
take some
beforehand,
risks as
but
well. Pushing down C, taking a bit of
okay,
pressure
8 chances.
off of one side of the map. PRX though, trying to keep themselves bunched up. Straight into garage again though. The quick punish from Karon. One way off the other end as well.
Little by little for PRX. I mean, divide down. Jet Texture. Oh, look at him. Just look at him.
Turns away off.
How is he still alive?
How's he alive?
How is he
Alive and going. Overdrive back in, and that's some damage done. PRX trying to scramble for some defenses.
Okay. Karen, of course, with his 3K. Well, they wrecked him. They wrecked him on this map.
13-4. 13-4 on Haven.
Oof.
And for the first time after 16 straight